Ever felt like a fraud at work or school, even when you're successful? You might be experiencing what psychologists call imposter syndrome. This is a psychological pattern individuals constantly doubt their accomplishments and harbor a persistent fear of being exposed as a fraud. Despite evident success, they believe they've simply been lucky or have deceived others into thinking they're more competent than they actually are. It's important to understand that imposter syndrome is not a disease or abnormality, but a common that affects people from all walks of life, regardless of their level of success. It's found in students, professionals, artists, and even renowned experts in their fields. You're not alone if you felt this way. Imposter is more common than you might think, and recognizing it is the first step towards overcoming it. If you're enjoying this video and want to see more, smash that like button and subscribe. It helps us out with the YouTube algorithm. And remember, you're not an imposter at liking and subscribing. Imposter syndrome isn't just about feeling inadequate. It comes with a host of signs and effects that can hinder personal and professional development. Common signs of this syndrome include persistent self-doubt and a constant fear of being exposed as a fraud. You might attribute your success to luck rather than your own abilities, and harbor an intense fear of failure. Overachievement is another sign, as you may find yourself working extra hard just to prove that you belong. These signs aren't harmless. They can impact your mental health, causing stress, anxiety, and even depression. They can strain your relationships as you constantly seek validation and fear judgment. Professionally, they can hamper your career progression. You might avoid new opportunities for fear of failure or feel undeserving of your accomplishments, hindering your growth. Recognizing these signs and understanding their effects is a crucial step in combating imposter syndrome. But what causes imposter syndrome? It's not as straightforward as you might think. Imposter syndrome doesn't have a single identifiable cause. Instead, it's often a cocktail of factors that can include personality traits, family expectations, and societal pressures. For instance, perfectionists, those who set excessively high standards for themselves, are particularly prone to feeling like imposters. They may struggle when they fail to meet their own lofty expectations. Family dynamics can also play a critical role. Growing up in an environment where success is overly emphasized, or where individual accomplishments are downplayed, can foster feelings of being an imposter. Moreover, societal pressures are another contributing factor. The constant comparison and competition, especially in today's digital age, can amplify feelings of inadequacy. Remember, it's typically a blend of these elements that culminate in imposter syndrome. It's not a one-size-fits-all diagnosis. Understanding the root causes can help you identify your triggers and start working towards overcoming imposter syndrome. Feeling like an imposter can be challenging, but it's not a life sentence. There are practical strategies to build self-confidence and silence the inner critic. The first step towards overcoming imposter syndrome is acknowledging your feelings. It's okay to feel like an imposter. It's a common experience shared by many. What's important is not to let these feelings dictate your actions or your self-worth. Next, learn to separate feelings from fact. You might feel like you're not good enough, but that doesn't mean it's true. Look at the evidence of your accomplishments. They didn't happen by accident or luck, but through your effort, skills, and talents. Developing a healthy response to failure and success is also crucial. When we fail, it's easy to view it as a reflection of our abilities. But failure is a part of life and learning. Instead of seeing it as a sign of incompetence, view it as an opportunity for growth and improvement. On the flip side, when you succeed, own it. Don't attribute it to luck or external factors. You've worked hard for it, so take credit where credit is due. Seeking support can be a game changer. Reach out to mentors, peers, or mental health professionals. They can provide perspective, validation, and strategies to help you navigate these feelings. Remember, it's okay to ask for help. In all this, self-compassion and self-care are paramount. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding you'd show a friend in a similar situation. Practice self-care regularly. This could be anything from taking time off when you need it, engaging in activities you enjoy, eating healthily, or getting enough sleep. Lastly, challenge the imposter narrative. When the inner critic starts to whisper doubts, counter it with positive affirmations and reminders of your past achievements. Over time, this will help to reframe your thinking and foster self-belief. Remember, overcoming imposter syndrome is a journey, not a destination. Be patient with yourself as you navigate this path. Still feeling a bit overwhelmed? Let's hear from individuals who've successfully navigated and overcome imposter syndrome. Take Jane, a budding entrepreneur. She grappled with the constant fear of being exposed as a fraud, despite her successful ventures. A shift in mindset helped her. She began to see every failure not as proof of her incompetence, but as an opportunity to learn and grow. Next, meet Tom, a talented musician plagued by self-doubt. He overcame his imposter syndrome by surrounding himself with supportive peers who validated his skills and encouraged him to pursue his passion. Finally, there's Lisa, a high-achieving student who always felt she was not smart enough. She tackled her imposter syndrome head-on by seeking professional help and learning to celebrate her accomplishments, however small they might seem. Each of these individuals had their unique journey, but they all share one thing in common: triumph over imposter syndrome. As these stories show, overcoming imposter syndrome is possible, and you too can triumph over your self-doubt. Throughout this video, we've delved deep into the world of imposter syndrome, understanding what it is, recognizing its signs and effects, identifying its root causes, and learning how to overcome it. We've also been inspired by real-life stories of individuals who have triumphed over their self-doubt. To recap, remember that imposter syndrome is a psychological pattern where one doubts their skills, talents, or accomplishments and has a persistent fear of being exposed as a fraud. It can manifest in various ways and can be triggered by different factors. But the good news is, it's not a life sentence. With the right mindset, supportive network, and professional help when needed, it can be overcome. Now, we encourage you to share this video with others who might be battling their own imposter syndrome. Let's help spread the word, raise awareness, and empower each other. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like button, share, and subscribe for more content like this. Remember, you're not alone in this journey. We're all in this together. Let's overcome imposter syndrome and celebrate our unique abilities and accomplishments. Thank you for watching.